You're listening to episode 45 of the Wheeler's Dog Podcast. Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of forgot where we were on the podcast because I forgot to look at my notebook. Yeah, that's why I keep the damn thing, so I can remember what the hell I'm talking about, when I'm talking about it. And then when I make the synopsis up for Tim, who always gives it a weird title. I'm not sure why he does that. I don't really give it a weird title, but hey, you know, associate producer Tim Beeman can have a little fun with it. That's okay. I know he misunderstood my ski vest. I should have said it was a water ski vest. That way he'd know it had nothing to do with bunny slopes or snow. Can't expect him to listen to it, can I? No. Really, I do all the heavy lifting with the editing and all that stuff because, you know, being in radio, I have that knowledge. It's one of the things you learn how to do. Edit, put together commercials, produce them, stuff like that. Lots of fun. And I noticed something over the weekend. My wife and her work friends all went down to Norwood, North Carolina. It's down around Albemarle, maybe, close to, I guess it's Stanley County, and it's close to Rockingham Motor Speedway, which no longer is in business, but it just kind of sits there, going back to the wild, all that aluminum and concrete and asphalt. Damn shame, really. But oh well. Never went to a race there, but I went to the racetrack many times, scoping out Dick Trickle merch, looking for that elusive merchandise I didn't have, because I was big time into collecting anything Dick Trickle, because the guy was damn cool. I mean, look at the name, listen to it, Dick Trickle. Just a cool ass name. Didn't realize how good he was until after I became a fan. It was like, wow, this guy should have hit NASCAR back in the 70s. We may have never heard of Dale Earnhardt. But that's the way it goes, you know. He was making such a big amount of money, hitting the smaller tracks around the Midwest, winning up, I think, over 2,000. They say anywhere from 1,200 to 2,000. He stopped counting. So, yeah. But anyway, over the weekend, I noticed something odd that happened. Like, my wife was picked up, two friends of hers came here, and then one of them drove down. The three of them down in one car. And I got a text message from my wife. Let me just pop up the text message and see exactly what she wrote, because it was just kind of funny. She said, let's see. First of all, she said she may have left it on the dining tablet. I think she meant the dining room table, but I didn't know what she left. So I responded with, left what? I don't see it, whatever it is, because nothing looked out of place. Nothing looked different. She came back, let's see, 11 minutes later. Her phone. Will you check her car and on the hood? Hate for it to get too hot. I said, not on or in the car. What's the phone number? So she gave me the phone number. I called it like 3 times. Wasn't ringing in the house. After I searched the car in the back and the driver's area, even under the seat, nothing, no rings. I said, no signs of it. I looked around outside and on the ground, nothing. And that was at 2:09. 2:15, found it. Yes, apparently it fell between the seat and the door as Maria is riding down there in the passenger side of the car. So I just sent her back immediately within the same minute. I said, losing phones has got to be a female thing. Yeah, I don't mean to sound sexist about this sort of stuff, but it seems to be true. I mean, right now, the number one phrase or words in this house that you overhear is, huh? That's the mill. She takes the number one spot, huh? Because she can't hear shit. And then even when she's in another room, she'll hear like something that has nothing to do with her, but she's got to go, huh? She's got to know. The Inquisitor has got to know. Got to know everything. Even though she does nothing with this knowledge. I don't get it. But the number two phrase in this house would be, belongs to Chigs, and it's, has anyone seen my phone? Yes. That woman loses the phone like nobody's business. At least once every 2 days, she's like, has somebody seen my phone? Have you seen my phone? You haven't seen my phone laying around anywhere, have you? So then it turns into looking around for it and calling it. And after you call it several times, it's like, oh, gosh. Oh. I know one time she left it in a buddy's truck. She and her dad were riding in the truck, and she left it in the truck. And, of course, when she doesn't have her phone, this is her line to her children. When her children are out and about and she can't find her phone, she's in a near panic. Because if they have trouble, she wants to be able to roll like the Air Force. You know, hop in a plane, take off, take care of danger, check it out. That's the way she is. But, you know, we used to have this feature on there. It was like a Sprint Family Locator, something like that. So I looked it up. Thankfully, she left her GPS on. I've gotten to where I leave my GPS on all the time. But she's got the GPS on, and thank goodness. And, of course, it showed up in the guy's front yard. So I had to call down there, find out. His wife answered the phone. And I said, would it be okay if I looked in Jimmy's truck? And sure enough, there's the phone there on the floorboard. And then when she got it, she was just, a sigh of relief. She was at one with the peace again. You know what I mean? It just cracks me up. But I've never seen anybody lose a phone so much or misplace it. Maybe that's the term. Sometimes she'll leave it in the bathroom. Sometimes it'll be on a counter. Sometimes it'll be here in the game room laying somewhere. Lots of times it's odd places. And this also kills me. Women have pockets on a lot of their clothing, especially if they're wearing jeans or maybe shorts or something like that. They have pockets. But for some reason, women just don't utilize pockets. I mean, the younger girls seem to. I mean, I see it all the time at the grocery store. There's girls and women, cashiers walking around, phones right there in their back pockets. They've learned, they've mastered the idea of pockets on jeans and pants. But I think mine and Chig's generation of females and those older just can't get on board with pocket utilization. I'm not sure why this is, but I have seen it a lot of times. Even my sister Tina has misplaced her phone. I've been around her several times, misplaced her phone. And the mill, we can't even get her to carry her damn phone because that thing is like a lifeline. Lots of times she's going up and down stairs, for the laundry. She takes care of the laundry like nobody's business. It's incredible. We've got 24-hour turnaround with laundry with this woman. So she's going up and down the stairs all the time. And there's been plenty of times where she's doing it here at the house alone. And so you would think, kind of like those things they put around the necks of older people, that if they've fallen and they can't get up, they press a button and help is on the way. You would think, as much trouble as she has going up and down these stairs, that she'd have a lifeline in her house coat pocket. Because, rarely does she get dressed, but all of her house coats have pockets. So I don't understand why she doesn't keep the cell phone in the pocket. And then sometimes I'll just be walking down the hallway and I hear that cell phone ringing. I'm like, hey, your phone's ringing. Oh, shit. She's, lets out a little expletive because her phone is in her bedroom. So she has to run and go get it. Well, move quickly to go get it. Well, as quickly as she can. And then it stops ringing. And then another expletive comes out because she's missed it. And then they might leave a voicemail. Or they call right back and she goes, hello? So, yeah, I don't quite understand why women have such a problem with keeping up with phones. And again, it's not all women, but it's the women that I keep in contact with. Our friend Michelle, she keeps up with her phone pretty well. She's never lost it around here. I can't speak for her at home. I think I've only been to her house less than a handful of times. But I've never heard her utter the words, have you seen my phone? Never, ever. Usually it's on her or in one of her hands while she's typing on it. I'm not being critical. It's just an observation. She's a very social creature. I get it. Totally get it.
You want extra episodes of the Wheeler's Dog Podcast? Of course you do. No one in their right mind would pass up an opportunity to get a bonus episode every week. Not every once in a while, but one every week. Just go to patreon.com/WheelersDog and get into the dog share for just $4. $4 every month unlocks all the audio. You can even listen with the Patreon app for tablets and smartphones. Patreon.com/WheelersDog to contribute. It's the best gift that you could ever give yourself, really. Maybe.
Our neighbors Bate and Bobby were over last night. Our friend Michelle was there as well because, they went to that bridal reception or whatever it is. Shower, that's what it is. I don't know if I said wedding reception or not, but anyway, in the past piece, but sorry if I did, but it was a bridal shower. And so Michelle stayed for a quick dip in the pool and before she went on about her business. And we got into a discussion about dating because, Michelle's got how should I put this? She has an active social life. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Hey, she's a single woman. Why not? Get out there as best as you can in the coven, as the mill likes to call it, society that we have now with wearing masks and stuff. But we got a discussion about, dating, and somebody said dating is hard, and then the mill goes, oh, it sure enough is. Which, of course, me and Chiggs just busted out laughing because this woman has not had a date. And then she said about Chiggs, she's like, well, Jamie doesn't want me to date. And at no time has Jamie ever said this at all. She might have mentioned the fact that, not just bring home any sucker kind of deal. So I think she took it a different way. Maybe. And so she's like, it's just so hard to meet somebody. So I had to pipe up, First of all, when you're fishing, you've got to find where they're biting. I have noticed in my 53 years upon this earth that men her age, retired men that aren't married, and a lot of them are as well, they get up at an early hour. Some of them get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock. They get dressed and they go to like a local restaurant where they can hang in the mornings, have a biscuit, have coffee, just kind of hang, talk with the people, socialize, that sort of deal. This is something that I've noticed. I've seen it a lot at McDonald's. I've seen it a lot at Bojangles for sure. And it can be any old restaurant like that. Biscuitville gets a little packed, so it's kind of hard to find a seat. And then we've got this place right down the road, Hoyt's Country Cooking or Country Food, Country something, I don't know. I know one thing, it's the best damn tenderloin biscuit sandwich, and I'm talking about the fried, that you could ever have. Ooh, good God, is it awesome. And I tell you, I love them. Put a little Texas Pete on there. Maybe put it with cheese. Oh, yeah, you're talking about good eating. But lots of retired men gather down there. I see them. I have seen them. So I tell her this. Well, maybe you need to go fishing. Try out different places. Just pick out one day of 1 week to go one place, another day the next week to check out another, or maybe do it twice a week. See what's going on. So we bring that up again, and of course, it's just too darn early. Yeah, she wants to, but she doesn't want to put in the effort. You know what I mean? It's like she magically thinks some guy's going to ride up on a horse and go, "Hey, I'm a retired guy. I own a beach house, and I'd like to take you out." Yeah, don't get it. But you got to go where they're biting. You know what I mean? And so last night we're talking about it, and I said, you really need to do that. And you need to take something to read with you. And I was setting up for a joke. And of course, Chiggs is like, "Well, they probably don't want you reading, wasting too much time sitting there reading books." I was like, "Chiggs, stop cock blocking my jokes. Jeez." So I started over again. I said, you need to take something to read with you, something to get their attention, like the Kama Sutra. Maybe the joy of sex. That way, they know what you're there for. You can be the bait and just spice up the bait a little bit. See what the biting, or see what they are biting. Yeah, you got to do that. And if you use a little more enticing bait, there you go. I don't think a whole lot of retired men her age are, how should I put it? Their doctors probably haven't approved of them having sex. Because I can just see it right now. If she were to bring some dude here and they go into the bedroom or something and I start hearing, "Help, help, help," I might have to peel off some dead old guy off of her. And I don't want to see that. In no way do I want to see that. Not ever. I mean, I might watch it on Pornhub, but I don't want to see it in person. You know what I mean? No.
Eating Winston-Salem, one restaurant at a time. The Man Who Ate the Town podcast is available everywhere you find podcasts and at tldpodnetwork.com. Now that's delicious.
And it looks like we've got a phone call from Trev Allen.
Yeah, Eugene, this is Trev Allen. Just want to let you know that I enjoy listening to your podcast while going to work and doing some house chores around the house. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. You're funny, and like I said, man, keep it up. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Trev. Hey, check's in the mail. Or maybe the next time I see you, I'll slip a little currency your way. Thank you for the kind words. I do appreciate it, and that's why I like to make the podcast 30 minutes, right around 30 minutes, because it's a good kind of commute thing. I know a lot of people listen to it that way, going back and forth to work. I know a lot of people listen to it while doing chores around the house. I get that. And I do appreciate any and everybody that listens. And if you do think there's something funny about it, fantastic. I love that. I try to be funny. And it's hard sometimes to gauge whether you're funny. I know I've hassled a few of my good friends, asked them, what was funny? Because, that's what comedy people do. Sometimes they pester the hell out of folks that they know really well, or they know really enjoy their stuff. They want to know what's clicking. It's like finding a trusted mechanic. They'll give you the straight dope without any fluff, and they won't blow smoke up your ass or anything like that. So, yeah, I do try to be funny on here, and sometimes it's hard. I know growing up, friends would come to my house and stuff like that. And of course, they haven't had the years of experience of tone deafness that my family has. And they're just cracking up, and they don't understand why the rest of my family's cracking up. And it's because they're used to my BS. Yes. I mean, I'd have some girl that I'd bring over to meet the family, and they would go, your family doesn't really laugh a whole lot of the things you say. And I'm like, they're just desensitized, But I try to be entertaining a lot of the times. You know, it's just something I like. I've always wanted to make people laugh, even in school and stuff. And the funny thing is, I got in sort of contact with a girl that I used to go to high school with. And she and I were in the same homeroom for years. And it turned out we have a mutual friend. And this mutual friend of mine, we went out one time. And we met when I was working at Rock 92. And we went out one time. And then maybe something just didn't click. You know, it happens. But we never went out again. And it was nothing on my end. I totally blame her. So it had to be something about me she didn't like. That's what I'm going to say. But we managed to stay friends. And then she found out that we had a mutual friend. She just brought up my name one time. And boom, that girl's like, wait a minute. Guy that went to Northwest Guilford? So it's funny how that happens. But this girl thought I was so quiet. Very quiet in school. You know what I mean? Well, I'll put my card on the table, put them both, just spread them out, told her what the deal was. I thought this girl was one of the most beautiful girls that ever walked into Northwest Guilford High School. And then she was dating another guy in the school. So whenever I was around her, I always got quiet because, you know, I didn't want to say something stupid. I don't know if you're aware of this, Trev, and everyone else. I am in the habit of saying lots of stupid things, and usually at the most inappropriate times. So I didn't want to embarrass myself because I was hoping that one day she would see how great I was and dump this other dude for me. But of course it never happened. And then I remember after graduation, I saw her at Putt Putt. That used to be on Battleground Avenue. I think a Carolina Kia sits there now. And I remember I saw her there. And I was a little drunk. But I wasn't driving. My friend Jeff Baker was driving. But I spoke more than I should. And I was real happy that she was going to college and all that stuff. And I was wasting my life away by getting drunk, going to Putt Putt, and playing music with my friends. So, one of those friends have gone on and played lots of music. By the way, I'm talking about my buddy Tracy Thornton, Pan Rocks. Check it out on Spotify. He also has a new surf music type collection out, right? But it's not streaming yet. He's looking for sales and all that stuff. And who could blame him? You know, you got to make a living when you can't play out. And my buddy, what I mean by Pan Rocks, he plays steel drums. And it's, he and I, along with my buddy Jonathan Everett, we formed a rock band together in high school. So I've been lucky enough to share a stage with that guy. And he's just a fantastic kit drummer, fantastic steel panist. I guess that's what you call it, or a steel pan player. I don't know. But, yeah, the last time I saw that girl was at Putt Putt on Battleground Avenue. And I even brought that up because, you know, I didn't want to say anything stupid around her. She was very beautiful, refined. Yeah. She had kind of a auburn reddish hair. She was gorgeous. Anyway. Her brother also went on to great things. By the way, she's a writer. And her brother went on to great things. I mean, he's like a set designer on Broadway. Yeah, he designs Broadway sets. Guy I went to high school. Makes it in the big city. I think that's pretty damn cool if you ask me. Of course, you know, I haven't friended him on Facebook or anything like that. He was a little bit younger than me. So I didn't feel, you know, like we really knew each other. I think that, you know, I knew he existed. I don't know if he knew I existed. You know, I was kind of like that weird kid in school, you know. But I didn't realize I was so quiet. I thought it was like the second banana in every classroom. You know what I mean? There was always a first banana that was cracking the jokes, the comedian. But me, I was just kind of there as the second banana. I didn't really say anything unless first banana was out. And then lots of times I got in trouble for saying things in class. Like one time there was this guy named Kevin. And we were in 9th grade, social studies, history, whatever you want to call it. And I'll go ahead and say it because who knows, she's probably dead by now. Mrs. Townsend was the teacher. Maybe she isn't. But she was very pregnant. And Kevin did something that got under her skin. I mean, she just tore into him. Just, And Kevin sat like in the next row next to me in that class. And she just tore into him about something he said. I can't remember what it was. I said, geez, man, take it easy on her. Can't you see she's set to pop any minute? Whoo! Then that anger turned towards me. Good Lord. Immediately, she chewed me out and then told me to go see the vice principal, Mr. Bailey. So I took that walk up to the principal's office, and he's like, look, I don't know how much you know about pregnant women. He actually told me this. He said, but they can be a little moody. You got to be aware of that. And I was like, I wasn't even complaining about her. I was just talking about Kevin. So anyway, he just let me sit in the office there until the class was over. So he understood what the deal was, but maybe I shouldn't have divulged that secret. But hey, this was like 1980, something like that. So I think we're pretty good with that. And here we are at the end of episode 45 of the Wheeler's Dog Podcast. I do appreciate you listening. And those of you patrons only, I got a surprise coming to you soon. I got screwed on my damn paycheck because somebody didn't put it in, and I have to wait until the next cycle. So yes, something is coming, and I will be hitting you up with emails, kind of giving you a hint of what's coming. So yeah, and I'm talking about my VIPs. You can get into the dog's chair, like Chigs talked about earlier, for $4. And then once you get to the other level, the $8, that's the VIP. And occasionally I'm going to treat my VIPs to little treats. And that's what I'm working on. So anyway, I do appreciate you listening. And again, thank you to associate producer Tim Beeman. And if you want to call and leave a message, just like Trev Allen did on the Wheeler's Dog Speak Line, 336-422-6006. And for you Patreon-only listeners, I'll be talking at you Thursday. Chigs, stop cock blocking my jokes. Jeez.